I think it was a mix of awe for the guy, for Danny Dietz, and just such a profound level of respect for the commitment that he gave to his brothers and to his country and to his family. Just that level of fearlessness. I think one of the great motivators initially was just fear. Like, oh my God, these guys are so badass. Like, there's that impulse, I think, a lot of people have where, they see a huge challenge that scares them, and that's what they're interested in, and I didn't know going into it what would happen. There was no guarantee that I would get the part. That became a challenge in itself. The actual shooting of it. Would I be able to measure up to the standards? And I think it was the not knowing part that really pushed me further, because I had to find out. It's a patriotic film about courage under fire, and about the indomitable spirit that of the warrior. It's about the warrior spirit. It's not a political movie. It's not out to. It doesn't have an axe to grind. It's not really about that. It's much more personal. It's about who these guys are and what real valor and courage is. The next level of training for me after the kind of the core physical training that happened in California was we came out here and we started, I think it was a 2.5-week training program with about 5 or 6 Navy SEALs, including Marcus Luttrell. And we were training with the M4 rifle mostly, and it was kind of learning how to fire that at the SWAT range, and targets and moving in unison with real bullets too. It was an intense learning curve, and the team's mission was to locate and identify and possibly capture or kill Ahmad Shah, which was a terrorist, with ties to Bin Laden and al-Qaeda. Basically, guys that want to destroy America and dominate the region that they live in as well. So we're trying to basically get someone who's killed SEALs, killed Special Forces, wants to kill more, This choice that we have to make, and it all falls on Murphy, who's our lieutenant. And we all know, though, in that moment that choice, how important that choice is, and so each guy, has his own perspective on that choice, and it's an aspect of the story that everyone who's ever written about it, everyone who's ever thought about it, talked about it, it's kind of this enigmatic situation where you can really think about it forever of what is the right thing to do, what is the perfect thing to do, and there's also what is the right thing to do, what is the safest thing to do. They don't necessarily have the same answer, so it's a very gray, kind of complicated dilemma that they get into, and it's one of the elements of the movie which really distinguishes itself from other movies about combat. I think Pete has a lot of energy, and he just has a great eye, and there's a momentum whenever you shoot with him. It feels like there's this momentum where you keep going, and I feel like he certainly motivates me to give my best, and I feel like I've been able to do what I can do to the best of my abilities working with him. Everything he's done, I felt, has helped me or put me in a position where I could help myself. Ben and Taylor and Mark, they're all really driven guys, and I think that's got to have been one of the big things that Pete was looking for. It's just you want someone that you start to push them and punish them and put them through the shed, and They just shake off and come back for more, you know. That was the audition.